What a beautiful day, and look at that lazy dog. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Good morning, everybody. Sorry about the dishwasher that you are hearing in the background right now. And actually, I forgot the vlog camera in the truck and Blake took it to work. So I'm vlogging on my phone today. It's been a little while. It's been actually quite a while. I think this is probably the longest we've gone without uploading since I went backpacking through Europe. You guys remember that? How fun was that? If you guys haven't seen that big vlog, I miss it so much. Oh my gosh. I will link that in the upper right hand corner. But recently we went up to Washington and we didn't actually talk about it. We didn't mention it in the vlog. I think we had kind of meant to, but then we ran out of time before we actually went up there, and so I didn't upload a vlog before we went up like I thought I was going to. Fail on the fail train lately, I guess. We went up to Washington. This is the first time we've gone up to Washington, I think, since we've been down in Vegas, where we didn't have a plan. Like, there was no purpose for us to go up there. We just wanted to see our friends and family. Last time we went up to Washington, I was helping pack up my grandpa's house. I think the time before that was some kind of holiday, maybe. I don't remember. We go up there kind of frequently because that's where me and Blake are both from. That's where our families are located for the most part, except for Blake's mom, who lives in Montana, who we love visiting as well. So we kind of like hop all over the place up in the north. But yeah, we went up to Washington this time just to hang out, catch up with friends, and relax. And it was so amazing, but also because we were spending so much time with our friends and family, we didn't vlog like every single day. What's the word? Like a consistent vlog throughout the day. We kind of just vlogged clips, which was actually also a really nice thing. We just kind of got clips here and there, and so I thought I would just insert that footage right here and show you guys a little bit of what we were up to when we went up there. You want me to? Okay, take this thing.
Welcome back home to Washington, where you got to start the car to get it to warm up. There we go. What? Oh, look at that plane.
What is that?
Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
What is that? It looks like a drone.
Yeah, it kind of does, but it's not. It's as far as it goes in. I didn't really get a good look. Okay. The props on the front of it, obviously. Actually, no, the props on the back of it, I think.
It looks like
it looks really
like
weird.
A DJI Phantom. Like
yeah, it looks like a
drones.
Yeah, it looks like a Y Delta Wing.
We've been totally failing at vlogging while we've been up here because we've been seeing all our friends and family, and it's been great.
Oh no!
But today, what's special about today?
The eclipse.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And look.
I know, it's clearing up.
It's clearing up. We actually.
It was like really cloudy this morning, but
it looks like we're actually gonna have blue sky, which is like kind of amazing in Washington. So also we came over here
because blackberries. Oh my god.
So Washington, we are covered in blackberry bushes where we're from, and it's blackberry season. So we get wild blackberries to eat just walking outside. And it's like the best thing ever. Here, you try one.
Either, don't you know? Oh my god.
So good, right?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so blackberry bushes are actually kind of considered weeds. They're pests.
These weeds are the best. Look at all those ones over there.
I know, like I can't reach them, but they grow so many blackberries, and it's like the best thing ever. And one of my favorite memories growing up as a kid is we would go out and we'd pick buckets and buckets full of blackberries and make like pies and crisps just before the school year started, because it usually happens around like August, September. That looked like a good one. Oh, the one I got was sour.
Was it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a game you play.
Yep, pretty much. Ooh, this one feels good.
Yep, you make.
That one was like candy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just came out here because the blackberry bushes are like perfect right now. Absolutely perfect. But today is the eclipse, which is really exciting. I believe it's the first total eclipse that Washington, or United States in general, has experienced in something like 38 years. We're actually headed out to my family's property because my dad, actually growing up, he was an iron worker. So he actually built like a ton of buildings in Seattle. And so what that means is he has a special helmet that allows him to be able to look at really, really bright objects. So we're gonna go check it out, see what we can see, and I'm really excited. Are you excited?
Yeah. We bought the arrow bars at Central Market, and then we left it in the car. We went to go see your dad or your grandpa, and they all melted. Yep. So now they're hardened back up, but they're like
not
bleh.
arrow. Yeah. The whole point of them is the air inside.
Yeah. Now it's just
not so much. Not so much. Anyway, we're headed to Paulsbo. We're gonna go to Central Market to get some coffee, and then we're going up to my family's property. We're going to watch the eclipse.
Do you want to vlog them? Do you want to vlog them? Do you want to vlog them?
Those are the first group.
Yep, first group that we've seen for setting up for the eclipse.
You see it?
Yeah.
That's so cool. So, my dad has these funny, what are these?
Welding lenses.
They just came out of your like welding stuff?
An old welding hood that I threw away because it was out of date.
Oh, and so these are the actual lenses that come with it, and so it's meant for looking at really, really bright things like, well, the sun. Let me zoom in here and we can see if we can see the chunk that's being taken out of it. Ooh, that one actually worked out pretty well.
We're using these like welding lenses. You can see it actually, it's really cool.
Now, the sun is basically just a little sliver. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell on camera, but the sky is like super dark. It's just dark blue, like really saturated. Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
This is weird, right? Yeah. It is actually legitimately cold now. Like the temperature has dropped so far, don't you think?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing?
Good.
We're watching tennis. That's Blake's sister. She has a tennis match going on today, so we're watching this. And tonight we actually have like a family dinner that's going on, which should be kind of exciting. All of our families kind of congregating together, and it should be fun. Are you excited? And meanwhile, Blake is working on looking at job opportunities. Ooh. I don't know how obvious this is, but his contract is actually pretty much up with the Air Force a year from November, but assuming he has enough leave saved up, he'll actually be able to be done in September. It's getting to that point where we actually have to start thinking about the next steps in life, which is pretty exciting. There's a lot of options and opportunities, and who knows what, you know, what could happen in a year. So nothing is guaranteed, but it's definitely, every time we come up here to Washington, we're always reminded how amazing it is up here in Washington. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, every single time we come up here.
Literally every single time. The issue is it's really expensive. So yeah, we're just kind of looking at job opportunities, and who knows? We'll see what happens. Now, are you ready for adventure time? Yeah? We are going on an adventure in this. Yeah, there you go. Blake's family actually has a 64.5 Mustang. Oh, it died. It takes a little while to start, but that's okay. It is such a beautiful day here in Washington that it would be a shame to not take it out. Yeah? Oh yeah. So we're actually gonna go up to Port Townsend today, which is kind of a little ways, but he has family up there right now. So we're gonna go see them and enjoy the drive. So pretty. Isn't it pretty?
It's okay.
It's fine.
Don't come here, it's terrible.
Yeah. But you can see Mount Baker.
Oh yeah?
Look at these hydrangeas. How pretty. You like hydrangeas?
Sure.
Aren't they pretty?
Yeah.
And look at this view of the water. Oh my gosh, how pretty. a gorgeous day. Absolutely gorgeous. So what has changed since we have come back to Las Vegas? Well, we've been here for a little, wait, is it a week? It's been a week.
First of all, we got a new blender. Oh, yes. Actually, Blake's mom got us this Ninja blender. She actually found it at like a Goodwill, and it works so much better than our other one.
She's a big garage sailor, and I told her, she like went on this like big garage sailing like expedition up in Montana. She asked me if I needed anything or wanted to keep my eye out for anything. And I said, well, I wouldn't mind if you found like an amazing blender, and she found this one, and I'm like, yes.
Thank you, Susan. This is like the best thing ever.
She actually also got us this juicer, which I have not actually used yet. Sorry, I'm like moving stuff. She got us this juicer, haven't used it yet, no idea how it's gonna go, but that's another thing that she got us from garage sailing. Something that is not so exciting that has happened.
The Kia won't start. We think it just needs a new battery, so that's our next step.
We tried checking the oil, and the oil needs to be changed, but it's still there. It's not like it's burning oil or anything, so it's not that. We thought it might have been the starter, and so we looked up a couple of videos, and like some people just hit the starter with a hammer a couple times, like lightly, like gently. And that seems to work sometimes, but it didn't work for us. We couldn't even find the starter. It was like underneath the engine and really difficult to get to, so we were like, eh. We cleaned the battery, and that still didn't work. The lights turn on, but there's just not a lot of power there. Like you can tell, like when you try to start it, the lights flicker a little bit. The lock mechanism is like really low on power, and we tried jumping it with the truck, and it just didn't work. Like, I think the battery is so far gone that it's just, I think that's the problem, but we just need to get a new battery. So I'm stranded for the time being, and we're gonna be getting a new battery for the Kia here this weekend, so that's hopefully gonna work and be good.
We also went to Costco and got Noelle a million new tennis balls, and so her toys are scattered everywhere. I'm actually gonna show you how amazing this blender is. So I'm gonna make a smoothie. I have 45 grams of spinach right here. I'm gonna put that in first because I have like tons of fruit to throw in here too, and I might push it all down. I have 60 grams of pineapple, 150 grams of strawberries, and like 90 grams of banana at the bottom. Whoa! I knew that was a bad idea. 5-second rule. I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of spirulina in here. Do I have clean measuring spoons? Okay, well, I'm just gonna guesstimate here. That color is so pretty. I love this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do a scoop of protein powder. There we go. By the way, does anybody have any protein recommendations? Because I've just been using up the Optimum Nutrition just whey protein powder, but I want like a plant-based one. I also have the Orgain one, but this one, it's chocolate. We got it from Costco. It literally tastes like sand. I'm not joking, it's pretty gross. I had really high hopes for it because it had really good reviews on Amazon, and I was like, oh, like maybe this won't be so bad, but it actually has the texture of sand. I think it's because of the rice protein in it. I just, ooh. Like the flavor is fine, but it's just the texture that's really bad. So let me know if you have any like protein suggestions that are not whey. Like if there's, I don't know, just let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions. Just a bit of water in there to give it a little bit of liquid, and let's blend her up. And there we go, big old smoothie, and it's like perfect. It tastes so good, filled it up completely, and it's just amazing.
Okay, I got the camera back. It's about time to end the vlog. This is kind of a longer one, but I feel like because it's been so long since we've actually uploaded, I feel like it's kind of okay. But I have another question for you guys. So I don't know how obvious it is, but I'm sure you might have noticed throughout this vlog that I have this like bump here. Or a scratch. I was wrestling a little bit with Noelle.
Yes, your sister, I was wrestling with her, wasn't I?
We roughhoused a little bit, and we were on the bed, and I came up behind her, and I did the thing you should probably never do with the dog, and I blew in her ear. I went, and she flung her head back right where my head was, and she got me right in the forehead. She like accidentally, her head bonked mine. And it split like this little piece in my forehead. And so I had a pretty bad cut for the first day. It was bruised for like maybe 2 or 3 days. It's a raised bump now, which I find really interesting. I've never had like, I don't know. I think I kind of scar a little bit easy, and so I've been trying to take as much care of it as possible. I've been keeping it moist and just really trying my best to take as much care of it as I can, but I have no idea what to do about this bump. Like, it's a raised bump now, and I think in certain lightings it's not so bad, you can't really tell, but like I noticed when I was editing the footage from the kitchen, like the kitchen light is so yellow that it picks up lots of shadows. You can totally tell that there's like a bump here. So let me know if you have ways that you might recommend getting rid of the bump. And for today's question of the day, because we haven't done one in a really long time, for those of you in the United States, how was the eclipse for you? Did you guys see the eclipse? Did you make the, you know, the trip down to that line of the United States where you had totality? We actually unintentionally were in Washington during the eclipse, which actually worked out a lot perfectly, more perfectly than it would have if we were down in Nevada anyway, because in Nevada, you couldn't see it as much anyway because you just didn't have as much of the sun being covered, but it was really rainy and cloudy that day, so people in Vegas didn't even see it, which is kind of a bummer. But in Washington, we didn't get totality, but we got something ridiculous, like either like, I think it was like 99.2% or something like that was covered, so we got like almost totality. And it was a really, really cool experience. I had no idea how cold it got. But anyway, yeah, let me know how your experience with the eclipse was, and if you don't live in the United States, have you ever experienced an eclipse? Have you experienced either a solar or lunar eclipse? I've seen a couple lunar eclipses before. I know they're a lot more common than solar eclipses, but let me know in the comments down below what your experiences were or have been in the past. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Bye!